welcome to your St. John Narana midweek message for this week. We are going to launch next week into the Ten Commandments. And I said we weren't going to do a song, but I changed my mind. There's going to be a song. But I thought it was just a good idea to pause at this point and talk about what we are doing. This review of the materials of confirmation, the Lord's Prayer, the Creed, the Ten Commandments, it's being done because our lives and our faith are things that change. There's no need to always continue to hold all of the things that you learned when you were a little child. After all, why would our faith life be different than the rest of our life? We can change. We can grow. We can keep learning new things. Our faith can shift and change and grow just like all other areas of life. If I thought and knew and acted on all the things that I was doing when I was 5 and 7 years old, well, that would be a pretty immature life. If my faith has not changed and grown since I was 5 and 7 and 15 and 25 years old, it means I haven't been paying attention. If I learned everything there was to know about God by the time I was 25, that's a very small God. That's a very small faith and a very small world. We don't live in that kind of world. We don't worship that kind of God who is so small and so understandable that we can grasp it all in our early years and never have to keep learning and growing. So as we move into the Ten Commandments, my hope and prayer for us is that we will keep asking and questioning and wondering and growing and learning and changing. After all, the Christian faith has changed a lot in 2,000 years. Some ways for the better, and over time, certainly, many times, we have changed for the worse. So we've got a ways to go to truly proclaim the kingdom, the realm, the kingdom, the family of God, as Jesus calls us to. We can keep growing. We can keep learning. And as we move into what has commonly been known as the Ten Commandments, my hope and prayer is that we can understand the message they have without getting caught in the trap of making it just another rule book, some rigid set of standards that we can never measure up to and that we can just use to beat ourselves up with. But rather that we will see these words, these 10 words, these messages from a loving God as a call to continue to move into greater compassion for others and for ourselves and for God's creation.